In this video, I'm going to give you guys a history of how my physique and my body has looked over really the last 10 years. So just for reference right now, I am 6'3", 215 pounds, and I'm around 10% body fat. I'm pretty shredded year round. I always have visible abs, and I've been around this same weight for a few years now, but this is the best my physique has ever looked. The muscle density has really started to set in, and I'm on a good path. But I've not always looked like this, and it's taken a lot of bulks and cuts and starting at a completely different point to get to where I am today. So I'll give you guys a quick history of what I went through to get to where I am right now. I started training when I was 17 years old. It was right when I graduated from high school, before I went off to college. That summer between those two was the first time where I started going to the gym consistently. And at that time, I was 17. I was around the same height, like 6'2" or something, and about 170 pounds. So I was never, I didn't have muscle at the time, but I was very athletic. I did a lot of sports. I was pretty lean, but just didn't have any muscle in my frame, not much strength or anything like that. And then that summer, I put on like 30 pounds right away for my first bulk. I got my newbie gains in and really made the most of it. So I was about 200 pounds when I went off to college a few months later. So then from college to really the next 4 or 5 years, I would do a few bulks almost once every year, sometimes over the summer, sometimes over the winter. And during my bulk phases, I would put on 20 to 30 pounds every single time. Not all muscle, of course, but a lot of fat, mostly fat, some water, and a few pounds of muscle, hopefully. So over the course of the next like 5 or so years, my weight would go up to 240 to even 250 at some points, and then back down like 210, 215, 220 when I'd cut down. And during these bulk phases, that's the most important time to really grow new muscle tissue. There's no way to skip around that, unfortunately, if you're staying natural. But after I got out of college, I was probably, I don't know, like 205, 210 pounds lean. And then over the next 4 or 5 years to get to where we are today, I have done a couple more bulks since. The heaviest I've ever been is about 250 pounds. That was 2-3 years ago. That was at the end of a bulk. So it was all on purpose. I didn't just like stop going to the gym and get fat. I was bulking intentionally. I was eating 5,000 or 6,000 calories a day to get up to that weight. And then from 250 over the next few months, I cut back down to like 220. So that just goes to show how much power you have over your body. Like to lose 20, 30 pounds of weight in a matter of a few months is crazy. And I'm all natural. I've done it the right way. I've done it multiple times. So I feel very confident in telling you guys how I've done it and how you guys can do it too. But every time I've bulked, I've added a couple new pounds of muscle to my physique. So over the course of a few years, or over the course of 10 or 11 years now that it's been, even though I've been heavier, I've been stronger before, like over 4, 5, 6, 7 bulks, I've accumulated a few pounds of new muscle every single time to where I've gone from 170 pounds lean of when I started to now I'm like 215 pounds lean and at the lower body fat than what I was at 170. So that is the process of how it works for a natural lifter. And I haven't always been like lean and aesthetic and shredded. When I'm bulked up, I'm chunky. My thighs are thick. They're rubbing against each other when I'm walking. I lose my six pack. I don't have all the definition, but that's just the process you got to go through when you're bulking. There's no way to skip it, unfortunately. But it's crazy because when you are bulking, there's other benefits and pros of it. Like you're stronger, you feel so much more energetic. Like you can lift for hours on end in the gym. Sometimes I had to force myself to stop in the gym. You know, I'm on like 2.5 hours in already, and I feel like I keep going, but I got stuff to do. So it's crazy. But yeah, it's crazy to see how much power we have over how we change the way that our bodies look. And it doesn't happen easy, it doesn't happen quick, but from where I was at 17 to where I am at 28 now, it is a hell of a transformation. One that I'm really proud of, and I want to help you guys go through something similar. So if you have any questions about that, or want me to go in more specifics of how to bulk, how to cut, how to optimize your workouts, anything like that, let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel and liking this video. And I'll see you on the next one.